Hi, this is Melanie Dawn, and this is Dawn of Wisdom. It's raining today, so I am doing my podcast from my home. I'm not used to this. I'm used to doing it while I'm walking around and enjoying the beautiful nature. But today I'm going to do it from home, and this is a long one, and this is deep. And I truly feel that everybody needs to embrace themselves. Stop being ashamed of needing growth. We all need growth. We all need to learn. We all desire, I hope, to become better people. I think that's what we need in this world. Today, heavy one, I am going to talk about my attachment style. A fearful, anxious, avoidant. I know this about me, and I am not ashamed. I developed a protective personality, and it is a big part of who I am. And I'm not ashamed of it. I have to own this. I'm aware. I have been a fearful, anxious, avoidant most of my life. Still very much a part of me. Let's start with the definition of what a fearful, anxious, avoidant is, because I think it's important, and I encourage everyone to get on Google or wherever your search engine is, and look up quiz for attachment styles. They're free. It's very easy, and it's very informative. I took the quiz a while back, and I've not much changed. The difference now is I'm so aware of it. A fearful, anxious, avoidant attachment style is a combination of preoccupied and dismissive avoidant styles of insecure attachment. Yes. The attachment style believes they are untouchable. I'm sorry. The attachment style believes they are unlovable and probably untouchable, and also do not trust other people to support and accept them. Because they think others will eventually reject them, they withdraw from relationships. That's me. We have a strong desire for close relationships, but distrust others and fear intimacy. Which leads us to this attachment style, to avoid the very relationship that we crave. Isn't that fucked up and confusing? As a result, our behavior can be confusing. They may encourage closeness at first, and then emotional or physically retreat when they start to feel vulnerable in the relationship. And I feel like I'm describing myself because I am. A fearful, anxious, avoidant attachment is often rooted in childhood. It always is. That at least one parent or caregiver exhibits frightening behavior, grew up with it, from abuse to signs of anxiety or uncertainty. When a child approaches a parent for comfort, the parent is unable to provide it. I believe my mother was unable to provide it, and I know my father was. He was a very abusive man. Over time, this becomes a source of distress for the child. The child's impulse will be to approach the caregiver for comfort, but will learn to withdraw. As an adult, you carry this model of attachment forward. Into adulthood, impulse to approach and then withdrawal in all relationships. It is fearful to attach. It causes anxiety to attach to someone. As much as I desire closeness, the fear and anxiety becomes overwhelming and very scary. I hope you all can relate to this. This attachment style wants to form interpersonal bonds so bad but protects himself from rejection, which leads to seeking relationships but avoiding a true commitment, or to leave as soon as a relationship gets too intimate. Those of us with fearful, anxious, avoidant attachment style have a range of issues: chronic anxiety, social anxiety, depression, self-loathing, many sexual partners, always seeking but never finding. We get stuck, probably not aware of it, but we pick partners that cannot emotionally connect with us. It's safety. We pick who we don't have to attach to. They're not available. So we pick, and we then wonder why they aren't showing us attention. Yeah, we don't want attention. It's a very fucked up way of thinking. We pick partners that will not ask much of us. They do not expect vulnerability. We pick partners that are not vulnerable. Fearful, anxious, avoidant are afraid of intimacy. Being vulnerable is terrifying to us. We fear getting hurt, rejected, or abandoned, or abused, but yet we pick those who do it. As a child, I learned to be fearful of intimacy. I learned to reject close bonds. This is amazing that I know this. This is fucking amazing if you know this, you guys. This has opened my heart, my eyes to just me. The fearful, avoidant child subconsciously learns that their caregiver cannot meet their needs. And there it all begins. They are a source of fear. You learn to not trust the one that should protect you. As a little child, you become confused. It's so confusing. Because it's a deep desire inside of you, inside of all of us. We're born into this world to love. But we learn other behaviors because it's not love. You desire comfort and closeness. But as soon as it gets near you, the fear is triggered. And this knowing is when you can begin to heal. Having this knowledge is just what we need to grow. Children with fearful, anxious attachment find it's hard to self-soothe. You struggle with opening up to people they do not feel safe. They have no boundaries. They often will talk about inappropriate details with people they don't even know. Superficial interactions. They have difficulty concentrating. We're grown up with a shield of protection. I am a fearful avoidant. I have been since I was a little girl. I grew up with this attachment style. I have survived the world with this attachment style. And I'm aware. Bingo. That is the number one, being aware. And when you become aware, when you're honest, you can then make changes. This is a big part of me. I desire to understand and love this part of me. It is a part of me that I cannot deny. I desire to love this part of me in order to change. How? Seek therapy. Talk to someone. Talk to someone that specializes in the attachment styles. Sharing this part of you. Get clear and honest. Communicate your needs. Amp up your self-care. I'm good at this. This has saved me. I've taught myself how to soothe and self-care. Can your attachment style change? You can fully change. Well, maybe not fully. Your attachment style, but understanding it and how it affects your behavior is the start. Understanding that most causes from childhood can help you move forward. The root causes, knowing them can help you guys, me, move forward. You also have to work on this alone. As much as you seek therapy, you develop social networks, you research, find a supportive friend. I have that. The work is within. It's within. We must overall choose to change these learned protective behaviors alone. Scary but needed. We must be honest and have the desire to know ourselves and not feel shame. Fucking shame will take you down every time. And we have to learn to embrace those parts of us and feel those parts of us. Knowing your attachment style allows you to work through those negative thoughts and behaviors. We must challenge our deep fears regarding attachment. We must, if we want to have active, loving relationships, can we change? I believe it is possible to change because I see it in myself. Awareness is key. It's key. Understanding your triggers. Someone gets too close and your fear trigger comes up. People might see how afraid we are. You feel uncomfortable. The walls come up. You know when this is happening. You feel it. You begin to move away. Journal. Write it down. That's what I do. I write it all down. Write down these fears. You begin to know your triggers. When you write it down, they become familiar. It's almost exciting now when I get triggered. I understand it. Triggers are teachers. I've learned to love them. When I am triggered, at first it's terrifying, but then it's welcoming. I embrace it. I ask why. I explore it. Tell yourself, they're a lesson. To learn more about me, my triggers, start to explore feelings and emotions. Ask yourself what is happening internally right now. Get curious about your thoughts and feelings. At the time they're happening, you will learn to feel and understand sooner. Each time, it'll come to you quicker. Practice getting close to someone. A therapist takes time, but you can. A close friend, I have one of those. Start to notice how you feel when with them. Ooh, that's a big one. It's a practice. I love it. Do you feel fear, anxiety? How do you feel when being vulnerable? Ooh, vulnerability is scary to me, but I desire to be vulnerable. Start small. Your anxiety. Oh, it'll come up. It'll fucking come up. Be aware of it. And stop it if needed. Put your hands up and stop. Explore it. I am aware. I am aware that I can stop it. That's what the triggers are all about. When you start to get them, you can then stop them. They come quicker and quicker. We can stop oversharing to avoid intimacy. We can catch those parts of us that protected us most of our life. Yeah. Okay, we can listen. We learn to listen. It's vulnerable to listen, but boy, it's important. I'm learning that and I love it. So conclusion to all this. We appear confident and strong, but it is a mask for fear and anxiety. That small, sad, dismissed little girl. I am. Little child. We desire closeness, but the fear of rejection gets in the way. It can be very scary. We self-protect. To override this, we must, if we are aware, to tolerate closeness, slow and steady. Childhood experiences can and do shape us for the rest of our lives. You can learn new skills if you desire, if you are aware. Share your thoughts. Be honest. Vulnerability is essential. It is scary, but